Welcome to Eat Right by George, the healthy cooking show that shows you healthy can be delicious. And on today's show, I'll be demonstrating how to make pumpkin bread topped with flax seeds and sesame seeds. So this will be a healthier version of your basic pumpkin bread. And I bet you didn't know that pumpkins have all edible things part of the pumpkin. So if you look at a pumpkin, all parts of it are edible. The flesh can be roasted, the seeds inside can be toasted, they can be stuffed with rice. There's so many different things that you can do with pumpkins, and also you can make pumpkin bread. And what I've done already is kind of got the show started here. What I did, as you've seen in previous shows, is separate my egg whites. So remember, 2 egg whites per egg, because I want to make this kind of a lighter version of pumpkin bread. So what I did was separated my egg whites and put my egg yolks here separate in a different bowl, and put my egg whites in this bowl. Have my egg yolks here. So I have 2 egg whites per egg. So whenever you want to substitute in a recipe, remember it's 2 egg whites per egg. So a lot of people ask me, what do I do with the egg yolks that are left over? Well, there are a lot of different things you could do. You could scramble them and feed them to your pets. If you have a dog, they would love that because it's protein, and it also helps to give them a shinier coat. Or you can actually make a conditioner with the egg yolks and rub that on your doggy's fur and make that help it to be shiny because it's a source of protein. So what I've done is I've separated my egg yolks. I put that in my bowl, and I've also pre-sifted my flour. I've added 2 cups of flour. I've added 1 cup of pumpkin that's been grated and mashed. I've also added a teaspoon of baking soda, teaspoon of baking powder into our bowl. And we'll get that started mixing along here on Eat Right by George. And it's always helpful to have a spatula to get things mixed together. And whenever I'm making pumpkin bread, the house smells so good because it has all those homemade ingredients. You got the pumpkin, you have the eggs in there, you've got your cooking oil. I'll be using some olive oil, extra virgin this time. I'll be adding some walnuts and probably my favorite spice, cinnamon. I love to add cinnamon to my recipe here. So the next thing I'm going to do is add our extra virgin olive oil. Need 1/3 cup. Notice how green it is. Extra virgin olive oil is the first cold press, and that means it hasn't been overly processed, so it still looks very green, as you can tell from the bottle. It means all the color and nutrition and taste are all there, very rich. So I'm going to add that to my pumpkin bread. I've also added a 1/2 cup of water previously. And I love baking. It's very relaxing. Like I said earlier, the house smells so good. It's like chemistry. I mean, you're almost like experimenting in your kitchen. If you have kids, you can have your kids help you. It's nice to have them part of the cooking process. Maybe they can do some measuring. You can have them cracking the eggs. Get them a part of it. Get the whole family involved when you're baking, especially around the holidays, Thanksgiving and Halloween. I think the kids enjoy, they look forward to baking in the kitchen. So it's nice to have some good recipes on hand, but one thing you want to remember is try to make them a little bit healthy. Try to add some healthy things to them to make them more nutritious so you can get the full benefits. It's a great time, it's a great teaching opportunity. Okay, it's always good to stop your mixer and make sure that everything is mixing properly, because sometimes the flour can get stuck to the bottom, and that can affect how your product turns out, how your pumpkin bread will turn out. I also like to add my cinnamon, about a teaspoon of cinnamon. And sometimes you can just measure it right into your palm of your hand. It smells so good. I love cinnamon. I love baking with cinnamon. Cinnamon is also excellent on oatmeal. You have oatmeal in the morning, sprinkle a little cinnamon on there. If you're diabetic, cinnamon helps to decrease your blood sugar levels, helps keep them steady. So try to put cinnamon on things like yogurt, on muffins, on your cereal. Now next I like to add a handful of walnuts as well. Just want to sprinkle those into my bowl. Now walnuts add omega-3 fatty acids. They're a healthy type of fat, and actually they have more omega-3 fatty acids than almonds. So you might think that almonds have more, but actually walnuts have the most amount. They're the nut with the most amount of omega-3 fatty acids. And omega-3s are so important for keeping our heart healthy. They're also excellent for diabetics because they help to keep your blood sugar levels moderate. So I bet you didn't realize how healthy pumpkin bread can be, quite how healthy it is. So at the end now, you want to put it on high, make sure you get everything mixed properly. And then I'll show you what a great batter this is. Make sure to scrape your bowl down and your spatula. And put that aside. I just want to get these can, the mixing blades here can sometimes be in the way, so I want to take these off. I hope you've been enjoying Eat Right by George episodes. Always getting some really good, fun, interesting feedback from everybody. Make sure to look for us on Facebook. Drop us a line there. Let us know how we're doing. Or if you have a recipe that you'd want to see on the show, let us know on Eat Right by George on Facebook. All you have to do is look on the search bar. You'll find us there. Okay, next I'm going to take a ladle, and I'm going to make some little muffins first. What I did is just lined them with a little paper. And the mix should be fairly thick, actually. A lot of the other mixes have been kind of sort of runny. Not too runny, but sort of runny. But this is sort of a thicker mix. As you can see, you don't want to overfill your muffin pans, or then they're going to run all over your oven, just to the top there. So about 1 scoop. You can see a very nice batter. You can do a lot of different things with this. You can get little loaf pans as well and fill those up, but make sure to use a lot of cooking spray because sometimes they can get stuck inside and then you can't get them out. So I fill these up. And what I like to do next is to add some sesame seeds. So what I do is just put a little in the palm of my hand and just put a few on each one. And sesame seeds are also a very nutritious little topping to put on your pumpkin muffins here, pumpkin bread muffins. Next, I like to take something that's also very nutritious, flax seeds, which many people never think to put them on their muffins. Usually they put them on their cereal. This is a great time to get some more nutrition, fiber, omega-3s, healthy fats. And I'm using organic flax, which means that it's free of any pesticides, more cleaner product. And I top each pumpkin seed muffin with it. And make sure that your flax seeds are ground. Many times people buy them whole and then they're not able to grind them at home. They're very hard to grind if you get them whole. You can try putting them in a coffee grinder and getting them more coarse or getting them more finer. But it's better just buy them already ground to save you the trouble. You want them to be all the way ground. Of course, it's 100% organic, good source of omega-3s, lignans, fiber, amino acids, trace vitamins and minerals, and it's been cold milled selected, so it's been milled using cold process. So you take and put these in the oven for 350 for about 25 to 30 minutes. You take a toothpick through the center to check to see if they're done. If the toothpick comes out clean, they're ready. If it still has a little bit of batter on it, then you have to leave them in for a few more minutes. But when they come out, I'll put those in the oven. They are just wonderful. I'll take those out of here. As you can see here, they come out nice and round. This is how they should be, very uniform. You can see some of the sesame seeds and the flax seeds also on there. Now if you make the bread, I suggest using small little loaf pans. And you can see it comes out very smooth. These are just great in the morning to slice them and have them with a little bit of jam. Or just eat them plain. They're so good even plain. And once again with the loaves, you want to take a toothpick and put it through the middle. And when you take it out, if it's clean, then they're ready to take out. Now make sure, as I mentioned before, for your loaf pans to spray them really well. Use the pan relief spray. Make sure to get in the corners. And when they come out of the oven, it's the best time to take them out, right when they come out. So what you would do is just turn them over. You can take a knife and sort of tap it, and they should pop right out, and really quick and simple. Another good thing is to have a little cookie rack. These cookie racks are excellent to have because what happens is when muffins come out of the oven or any kind of bread, if you just leave them on a plate, what happens is they get very moist and they might become kind of mushy on the bottom. So it's really important to have a nice wire rack where you can put things immediately and then they can cool properly and then they're nice and crispy. So this bread will be nice and crispy on the outside but nice and soft in the middle. So try to cut this one for you. You kind of see the middle, the center of this. So you can see nice and uniform. It's not hollow or mushy. It shouldn't have any batter in the middle. Once again, I like to make little slices. This one just came out, so it's still kind of soft, so they kind of break apart. Another nice thing to put inside of your pumpkin bread is raisins, pecans. They also go very well with pumpkin. I'm adding here, of course, walnuts, but it's up to you. You can add oats as well for the topping. And I always have it pre-sliced, so if you have children in the morning, they can just have a little piece in the morning while on their way out to the bus stop. You don't have to bother slicing it, have it pre-sliced for them. Then the muffins, they make excellent things for putting them in little baggies, make little gifts, or they're also excellent for lunchtime for kids, put it into their little lunch bags. They're pumpkin muffins. They're getting a lot of nutrition. They are chock full of vitamins. You can get a good source of beta carotene. And I've read a lot of interesting studies about pumpkins. They actually have been able to help people with slowing down the aging process, helped with macular degeneration. I've seen articles on hypertension and the importance of hypertension, kidney disease, kidney failure. Have people that have these type of things have more pumpkin into their diet. Seen numerous articles about the importance of eating pumpkin because of the antioxidants which protect our cells. And of course, a lot of people love just having a pumpkin to decorate it and cut out the inside and make little decorations. As you've seen, I kind of drew a little face on my pumpkin here and put a hat on it. They're really fun, and it's a good way to get the kids learning about the health benefits of eating pumpkin. And the pumpkin seeds themselves are full of vitamins as well. So as I mentioned before, they are a great source of B vitamins. So when you eat the pumpkin seeds, they have nutrition as well. I've seen stuffed pumpkins. I've also seen little pumpkins that have been cleaned out inside the center and then filled with rice and different herbs and then roasted in the oven. I've seen steamed pumpkin rind, roasted pumpkin. It's just amazing how versatile pumpkin is. People don't quite realize it because it's more of a decoration many times, or sometimes you just get the pumpkin in the can, but the pumpkin in the can sometimes can have too much sugar, so make sure to check your sugar on the food label of a pumpkin. So, can of pumpkin. Well, I hope you like my pumpkin here that I decorated. This is a really cute one. And on next episodes of Eat Right by George, I'll be showing you how to carve a pumpkin. And I'll be using some pumpkin tools to show you how to make really cool decorations with pumpkins, because they're a lot of fun to work with. And pumpkin